Hello and welcome. My name is Stephanie and I'll be walking with you through this process. I've been in a similar situation regarding chronic genital and sexual pain, and I understand where you probably are now and may have been for some time. Sent from one doctor to another, one specialist to another, with no answers as to why symptoms of pain, itching, burning, dryness, clenching, cramping, and a myriad of other uncomfortable feelings during genital or sexual contact continue to occur, despite being treated for various maladies, including vaginal yeast infections, bacterial infections, STDs, recurring ovarian cysts, and urinary tract infections. I'm sure it has left you, as it has left me, feeling angry, frustrated, depressed, and anxious. You could even be getting the feeling from all of this that maybe it's all in my head.
It's extremely important for you to realize that it is completely natural that you are experiencing these emotions if you are not getting answers that make sense to you. While it may feel like you are the only one suffering from problems with pelvic, genital, and sexual pain, I am here to tell you that you are definitely not alone. The International Pelvic Pain Society, the Interstitial Cystitis Association, the National Vulvodynia Association, the Endometriosis Association, and the Institute for Women in Pain would all tell you that you are among tens of millions suffering from these disorders.
In a June 2011 issue of the scientific journal Pain, 3 research authors tell us that pelvic pain problems in women's sexual and reproductive health are poorly understood and often misdiagnosed or ignored. In addition to their high prevalence rates from 12% to 21% in community samples, these conditions can affect not only sexual functioning, but also psychological well-being and quality of life. I know that was true of my experience. So while talking about issues of sexual functioning can be taboo, we need to work together towards changing that and not resigning ourselves to suffer in silence. Speaking of taboo subjects, try bowel, bladder, and menstrual functioning. No one wants to talk about those, but they are the most common organ triggers for pelvic and genital pain disorders. Many young women being treated for presumed bladder infections, yeast or bacterial infections, and even irritable bowel symptoms are also experiencing irritations, inserting tampons, and possibly increasing pain with their menstrual cycles as well.
In addition, many popular sports activities can cause injury to the pelvic floor. For instance, body mechanics in common sports like gymnastics, track and field, soccer, softball, volleyball, martial arts, and many others place heavy emphasis on core strength, tight body positions, and breathing from the chest instead of the abdomen. Tight and clenched stomach, buttocks, legs, and chest breathing are necessary to perform many of these sports activities well. However, these body positions, when carried over into everyday tasks and living, can, over time, be harmful to the pelvic floor.
Adding to these everyday experiences in girls and young women is a significant upsurge of sports-related injuries, traumas from pelvic surgeries, childbirth, and the continuing burden of physical, emotional, and sexual abuses that unfortunately remain so common in our society. The opening chapters of this presentation are meant to connect these dots, so you can be aware of your body's reactions to these triggers. For example, clenching and spasming of the pelvic floor and core muscles, as well as awakening nerve, muscle, and ligamental memories. We want you to find the help you may need to prevent you from becoming part of the 20% of reproductive aged women around the world with persistent female genital and sexual pain. The full presentation of this DVD contains a lot of information. Take it in at your own pace. The DVD has been designed so that you can revisit chapters over and over again if you need to. You should not attempt to take in all the information and techniques of this DVD in one sitting, but over many sittings, over several days, weeks, and months. Included in your welcome packet is an example of a schedule that breaks up the information and techniques so that they can be fully digested and implemented into your daily or weekly routine. This is a therapeutic process that requires your commitment, but we believe it will be well worth it. If you have specific questions or could use some encouragement, drop us a line on the website. We'd love to hear from you. The website will be regularly updated with resources, articles, and information we come across even after the making of this DVD. So we hope you will check back with us often. We are dedicated to hope and healing for those who suffer from chronic pelvic and sexual pain. We are also dedicated to research and education initiatives to prevent disorders of the pelvic floor through our non-for-profit organization, the Foundation for the Prevention of Chronic Pelvic Pain. If you would like to donate to this cause, please visit the organization online at thefpcpp.org. Please proceed to the next chapter of this DVD to meet the content providers of this video and for an overview of what you will learn.